I'm not Kirk.
I ain't no Captain Kirk. Alright, so are you ready?
Yee!
Rodu. Chokyoshi.
Yasuo Tikodu. That's an interesting name. Also, I started eating cereal during this. That wasn't a smart idea.
That really wasn't.
You know what? It'll just get really soggy while I will play this. Oh, well. Ellipses.
Oh, yeah.
This is not as I was expecting.
Oops.
Another ellipses. I mindlessly let the door open to its full extent, taking in the sight of the solitary figure taking center stage in the otherwise abandoned room.
Do you know who this is?
Lily?
That's the one.
The blind one, you said?
Blind, yes. As you can tell by her closed eye.
The situation steals my voice, leaving me standing at the doorway, staring at the beautiful girl.
Because you would say, she doesn't need those eyes.
Yeah, she's blind, she doesn't. Evidently, having taken her time to assess the situation, the girl gently puts down her teacup and opens her eyes, but doesn't look at me. Hello there, may I help you? Staring directly in front of herself. That's a really weird way to phrase that. The movement of her lips seems to break the silence rather than the words.
How's that weird, Dale? Maybe you're weirder. See that?
No, the very first thing, like, go back to it. Standing directly in front of herself. Staring directly. Oh, okay.
Jeez, Dale.
I thought it was him staring directly in front of herself, and I was like, that doesn't make any sense.
Oh, dude.
However, it's a soft, measured voice that reminds me she's a being separate from the room itself.
She's being a separate room?
Yeah. Not only is she likely the tallest girl I've ever laid eyes on, but even among the foreigners I've met, she's strikingly distinct.
Yeah. Beat her.
Hi. Sorry for intruding. I was just kind of lost.
It's not hard to take down a blind person.
I mean, you're not wrong.
Assert your dominance. She may be taller, but you can be stronger.
I'm sorry, what are you wanting this character to do to her?
Beat her.
Alright.
I'm recording.
You're right. Just censor it. She's like, what do you want to do to her? Beep her.
It's like Mario.
Yeah. Beep her. Oh, man. She takes a moment to formulate a response before speaking. Every action she takes feels as if it's carefully choreographed beforehand. Care to take a seat? Unexpected, considering that I'm intruding upon her.
Ooh.
Thanks.
Intruding up in her, or whatever.
Intruding upon her.
Up in her.
Alright then, that's all. I slowly step towards another seat opposite her, the girl resting the teacup and saucer on the wooden table in between. The way she doesn't track my movements with her head is telling, that, and the slight cloudiness to her eyes means she must be at least partially blind, like Genji. Come to think of it, her voice doesn't have any detectable accent either. I guess she must be half Japanese. As I take my seat, her composure takes me slightly off guard. God dang, my throat. Her air of relaxed confidence makes the silence entirely comfortable.
You ever get over that sickness yesterday?
I'm still going through it. I'm still down with the sickness. The calming atmosphere is so very different from the student council office.
Desire. What a brother's being a daggum.
Alright.
Yep. Darga, don't have brothers in California. That's my advice to you.
I don't have brothers, period. So
yeah, but if you were to get some, like, magically, just make sure they don't move to California. If they do, disown them immediately.
Oh, man. I take it you're a new student to Yamaku? Yamaku? There we go.
Yamaku?
Yeah, I said Yamaku and they said it right.
Yamaku!
Yamaku!
Meowser!
Climb. Yeah, I just transferred in yesterday. I get the distinct feeling my speech patterns don't match the formality of hers, accentuated by her restrained bow of greeting. One which I hasten to match before realizing the futility of the action. I can't speak today.
Ah, well, it's a good thing you're reading and not speaking.
I'm speaking as I'm reading.
Sure.
I'm Lily Sato. Pleased to meet you. Hisanakai. She gives a nod before gesturing roughly in the direction of her teacup. Would you care for a drink?
She likes her tea rough.
Sure. I'm not sure how you drink tea rough. That doesn't make any sense.
You take it roughly, Dale. You don't drink it.
She just eats the leaves.
Chug some boiling water afterward.
She just takes those bags out of the powder and it just opens the bag and just downs the powder.
Yep. Snorts it even.
Yeah.
That's the real way to get tea in your body.
Oh man. As much as it pains me, I can't keep step with her formality in the proceedings. She gives a kind nod, taking the request in stride. Without another word, she steps off the chair and prepares a second cup of tea from a collection of supplies laid out along a shelf. Impressive considering she's blind. A brush.
Oh, you were saying that.
Yeah.
You said it in your reading voice, and I was like, what?
That's how good I am at reading this, apparently.
Yeah.
A brush here, a brush there, her left hand often lightly touching the side of whichever container she's pouring into. It seems to be a process she's followed dozens of times before.
I feel like I have like a chest burster in me, like I'm an aliens or something.
That alien's just gonna pop out and then kill everyone.
It's just me. I mean, like, it won't even kill me. I've dealt with these situations before.
You'll be dying anyways, don't worry.
I got a knife in my hand. That thing's gone.
I mean, it's gonna come out of your chest.
I can live. I don't need that chest.
I would think you might need the things inside of it, but okay.
Nah, you'd be surprised, really, how little
You know,
I use.
lungs.
I rarely use my organs anyways. You know how little I breathe? I could go without it.
He's just made out of rock. Not even a rock, he's just made out of rock.
Yep. Chiseled.
Oh, man. As I lean sideways to see around her back, she seems to use her long, dainty finger to measure the right amount of water in the cup.
That's the third time they've used dainty to describe something. That's poor writing.
She's a very dainty person.
Hey, Shalene!
That wasn't the accent I was going for, but okay.
Hey, what?
I was going for a proper accent.
I'm gonna kill you, dog! That's right, you better run away.
Dog?
There's a dog trying to hop in my room.
Ah, is your window open? Also,
On the second floor?
Yeah.
And the dog trying to hop in my window. Well,
yeah, I was about to ask, aren't you on the second floor?
It's a new breed of flying dog.
It's one of those hot dogs.
Hot dogs?
Hot dogs.
Oh, let's say it. Is that a single joke here?
People are throwing Oscar Myers at your window, and you're just like, get out of here, dog. It's one thing to see the different disabilities the students in my class have, but it's quite another to see how everyone seems to adapt. She's named Misha. I have no problem working together to communicate to me, and Lily herself seems to have workarounds for problems I've never thought of.
Dadgummit.
All right.
Phone. Excuse me. Oh, pardon me. I'm so sorry.
You'll be all right. While I feel slightly guilty about her doing the work, she seems pleased to be following the correct process of the offerer preparing the drink. So, comma. Her soft voice brings me out of my silent observance. Which room were you looking for? It's not often this classroom is visited after school. The school library. She's named me. Some classmates told me it was on this floor. She finishes pouring into the teacup as she nods, a small metallic tapping coming from the teacup indicating it being stirred. I'm aware of Miss Hakamachi, as are most students. To be with them means you're in class 3-3, no? That's right, in the science room with Muto. She gives a small giggle before setting down the teaspoon and slowly walking towards the table, teacup and saucer in hand.
Never let a woman giggle. That's the kiss of death.
He's quite a character. I imagine you'll come to like him. Most do. Alright. I'm curious what you just dropped there.
Scissors, you know. The thing I usually drop.
You dropped the scissors. The Lord of dropping.
Yeah, cool. That sounds like a bird.
Drop Lord X.
Drop Lord X. I drop it like it's hot.
Exactly. As she sets down the tea, I gently take it and have a sip. I'm really more of a coffee person, but this seems like a rather bad moment to bring it up.
Toss the tea in her face. You can't see to dodge it. It's that easy. Make sure it's so hot, though. Otherwise, it's just lame.
I love how you hate this person just so much.
I don't like people who giggle. I don't like tall women. It's just, there's too much here.
It's pretty good. Nonetheless, the smell's quite nice. I hardly think it'd be hard to choke down. Thanks, Soto. It tastes really nice.
He looks more blind than she does with that blank stare off into nothing, unless he's looking down there, which he very well might be. It's hard to,
Actually, it doesn't look like he's looking at anything. His eye's just dead center of his eyeball.
Exactly. Or look at that. It's almost
like
perfect.
if you look at the way his face is positioned, yes.
See, but look at the eye. Eye's here, whip right there. And you know what? She can't tell. She can't slap him.
I mean,
it's a perfect crime. The victimless crime, really.
She smiles and quickly waves her hand in front of her face. Lily, please. There's no need to be too formal. She says this in spite of her exceedingly well-bred speech. Oh well. I guess I should try and ask her about herself, as it really does seem as if she's catering to me. So, which class are you from? I imagine it's one of your classes. Right. I'm in class 3 too, which I'm 34 St. Jude's, as taught by me on you.
I think it's Mr. Miyagi.
Exactly.
Yeah. You chuckled, you sniggered, but you did not giggle.
I sniggered.
There you go, that's better.
I see. Sorry. I see. With my eyes.
Oh, yes. I didn't
that
catch
aren't
that.
blind.
I didn't even catch that.
Yeah.
She matters so little to me. I didn't even catch that.
I feel like slapping myself for the faux pas. Looking at her face, though, she doesn't seem the least bit put off by it. I might. There's no need to change your speech on my account. Sure. Sorry, I guess I'm really showing my newness here. An environment like this would be a big change, so I can't fault you for it. While the same can't be said for everyone, many have come to terms with their conditions. A category which would include her, it seems. All too ready to jump ship from this particular topic. I segue into another.
Conditions? No, they're cripples. Don't try to mask the word for your own pleasure.
Do you come here to drink tea often? It's a really nice place. Oh, my back is itching.
Is that your cripple?
Yeah.
Chronic itchy back?
Yeah. Thinking on it, this might be her version of a place behind my school that I like to have lunch at.
See, every time I ask you if that's your cripple, you say yeah, and I've asked like 10 times. So by that account, you have 10 different cripples.
Listen, I'm not a very good person.
So having a cripple makes you a bad person. Heard it here first, Dale.
No, I said physically.
Jeez, man, Dale.
You didn't hear the physically afterwards.
I didn't because you didn't say it.
No, I did. I literally said it afterwards.
Sure, okay.
You're just deaf.
Yeah, that's my cripple.
Yeah, that's yours.
Alright, wow.
I come here fairly often during lunchtimes. My duties as class representative don't mean enough time for an official club, so a friend and I use this room for having tea. Class representative, huh? Compared to Shizune, her mannerisms seem to be almost completely opposite. While Shizune is blunt and fiercely driven, Lily seems relaxed and calm, almost aloof. Come think of it, she might be useful for a less biased view of the school's clubs.
I'm surprised you don't call her Lily, since you call them Shizune and Misha.
Oh, God.
And Misha's correct.
You're gonna bring that up every time, aren't you?
Lily, Shizune. You don't call her Lily? Why you start calling her Lily, huh?
What kind of clubs are there to join? The more popular ones are the track and field club, which uses a field near the school during lunchtimes, the baseball club, and the book club in a room near the library.
The library?
Yeah, the library.
No, you said the Blyberry.
Oh, you know, the blind bear.
Exactly. It's like that's her favorite club.
There are also numerous small ones too, though, such as the art and music clubs. At a time when I'm just wanting to get on my feet, rushing into a club right away seems slightly unappealing. I wonder if the school shares the same rule as my old one. Is it compulsory to join a club?
Excuse me. Whoops, 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 whoops. There you go.
I read it.
Dang.
Yeah.
There you go.
It isn't, though it is encouraged. Ah, good. That's a relief. I've really let down my guard around this girl to let such a thing slip out. The fact seems to slightly amuse her. Not wanting my tea to get cold, I finally start drinking it as Lily does the same.
See, that non-existent tea that you can't see anywhere? So they just have imaginary tea. She can't actually see, so she can't make the tea. So it's just imaginary. They pretend.
As I look over to the window over her shoulder, I notice the light coming into the room has a distinctly orange tint.
You know, she can't notice that.
Yeah. Even here, time does just stand still.
Jeez.
Oh, yeah. I'm glad this is all recorded, by the way.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, show him a true color.
Listen, he doesn't hate blind people. He just hates this specific blind person.
Exactly. I know a blind person, and they're cool.
Huh, the time has come quickly. Sorry? Right, she's blind. Of course she can't see the sun setting.
See, he said it too. I'm not a bad guy.
It just looks like the sun's starting to set. It seems to come as a surprise for her. I guess she must have lost track of the time. Sorry, Hisao. I didn't mean to keep you from the library for so long. I quickly
Oops, again? Really? Come on.
You need to stop doing that.
It's on, my finger's on the, whatever.
I quickly moved to allay her concern. No, it's okay. The library's still open, isn't it? She pauses and takes a moment to think on it. It's probably something I should have asked Shizune when I had the chance, but Lily seems likely to know in any case.
I think you mean Lily. You should start calling her Lily. It's fine.
I'm not going to.
Why not? I'd prefer it.
Because that sounds stupid.
But Shizune doesn't?
It doesn't.
So why you call her Lily? It's L-I, so why not the Lee?
Keep in mind, I also say Misha.
Yeah, Misha. It's not Misha, it's Misha. It's Shizune. Lily.
Here's the thing. When it has that S or Z sound, I have to do the E. This is an L afterwards, so it's Lily.
That doesn't make sense.
Moving on. True. It's open until 6:30 during weekdays. A quick glance at my watch confirms I have well enough time to get there. I might get going in that case. It's been nice talking with you, Lily. She smiles and gives a deep nod, her hands still neatly folded on the table in front of her.
But how can your nod be deep?
Lazier, you just go all the way down past your legs to the floor and then back up.
That's difficult for a blind person. Like, wouldn't her head hit the table?
Hey, you know. It was my pleasure. Oh, come to think of it, shall I show you to where the library is? She's way too proper.
Why?
That didn't sound anything right. Shall I show you to where it is?
Yeah, you're right. What a daggum.
I couldn't possibly ask for more help. I should be able to find it all right. Well, unless my navigational skills fail me.
We know who you're not going for, am I right, fella?
Which they seem to have a habit of doing. It's alright. I was going to be talking to the librarian there in any case. I can introduce you. This gets better and better. It's pretty hard to deny your offer. If you're sure, then that'd be great. Thanks. As she stands up to follow me, she takes hold of a straight, retractable cane that has been slipped in the handle of her bag on the floor.
See, the best canes have like swords inside. That would redeem her. She's like carrying a sword inside her cane.
She's like, I'm going to kill you.
Why does it? That's the good ending.
Yeah. Compared to the cane the boy in my class had, Lily's looks much thinner and longer. His must be for support, whereas Lily's is for navigation. Together we leave the peaceful room and enter the empty hallway on the way to the library. There's that picture again. Side by side, my pace carefully slowed to match hers. We slowly walk through the hallway. It doesn't take long for us to arrive at the door to the warm-looking room apparently situated in the center of the floor rather than either wing. Ladies first. She gives an appreciative smile at the gesture, taking the lead as we file in. And that's a nice library. To the left is the wooden library counter, with the library proper being on the right.
Doesn't even have Asians or hipsters like my library does.
It easily dwarfs my old school's library, with a distinct smell of old books giving the place an almost old-world air.
See, there's Asians and there's hipsters, but there's never, ever Asian hipsters. It's weird.
To be fair, I don't think those exist.
I don't know. It seems like something
I've never heard of or met one.
I mean, I've seen black hipsters, I've seen white hipsters, I've seen Mexican or Spanish hipsters, I'm sorry. But I've never seen an Asian hipster.
They're too hip to be hipsters.
Asians are hip?
And that's how hipster they are. They're earning hipsters.
Jeez.
There doesn't seem to be a lot of students here. Considering the time, it isn't a big surprise. Everyone's probably either in the school grounds or in the dorms. Oh, not the social grounds, the school grounds. Yuko, are you here? She says it to You're gonna keep on this, aren't you?
I mean...
Oh my god. It just makes more sense to me. Listen, climb. Jeez.
Maybe clean move then?
Oh Lord. You're not gonna let this go, are you?
I mean, you say that every single time.
It's because you never let it go.
Whatever. Continue.
She says it's a thin air since the librarian doesn't seem to be present, and of course Lily can't see this. What's unexpected is that it draws a reaction. Something from under the counter thuds against it, followed by a quick, quiet wail. Ah.
This woman sounds awfully masculine.
You know. I thought those were arms for a second, then I realized that was a shirt.
No, those are arms. I mean, they're just continued arms.
Anyways, the origin, apparently the librarian, quickly crawls out and bounces up to extremely rigid attention.
Rigid? Not rigid?
Yeah, you know, words. She's me. Hi, Lily. How can I help you? Her voice is straightened in a failing attempt to sound casual, and she's rubbing the back of her head. No, she's not. Her hands are clearly at the front of her body.
Exactly. Now you're catching on.
Good afternoon. What happened just now? I heard a strange sound. It's nothing. I just hit my head. See, I dropped an eraser onto my desk while I was looking for it. A pencil dropped, and when I was looking for both of them, then you came and surprised me.
So I'm her then.
Exactly. You're the lord of dropping things, and she's the queen of dropping things.
Sounds good.
Are you all right? I'm sorry. I couldn't know. It's okay. It's okay. Sorry for making you worry. This is nothing. I've had worse happen to me.
Jeez.
Apparently she's very frequently accidental. That's the word.
You mean accidental prone?
Accident prone. There we go.
Yeah.
She's quick to reverse Lily's apologies, almost frantically trying to push aside the possibility that she could be in any way inconvenienced by bashing her head on the counter. Yes, worse things have happened.
What a creep. She's actually a serial killer.
My girl fidgets with her fingers as Lily doesn't seem to drop her concerned expression, and then she shuffles some papers around the counter for no reason. A little shorter than Lily, replete with glasses, freckles, and a very troubled look, she seems to fit a library perfectly. Ah, Lily, did you get my message? Message. Oh, the two important books that arrived?
Imported?
Imported. And important. They're both.
I don't know, man.
Right, they finally came. I can't believe it took so long, but amidst her celebrations, partially for managing to change the topic, I'm sure, she notices me from the corner of her eye and freezes on the spot when she does. Oh, no, I'm sorry for not noticing you before. Did you need to check out a book or return one? I'm sorry. Gotta move in my chair. The way she can so quickly shift between moods is a little unsettling.
I told you she's a serial killer.
He's with me. Yuko, this is Hisao, our new student. Hisao, this is Yuko, the school librarian. Pleased to meet you. Hisao. Right, Hisao. Pleased to meet you too, Hisao. For a second, she visibly attempts to engrave the name on her mind so she won't forget. Yuko often arranges to import foreign books in Braille for me. Would you like to tell Hisao a little something about the library? Lily's innocent suggestion is met with an expression of abject terror. Oh, man. Please, Lily, I can't. I don't know what he could be interested in. This is too much responsibility. You could just ask him.
It's that easy.
How it's any responsibility at all, I don't get, but her objection is so sincere, I don't doubt for a second that she would rather disembowel herself on the spot than tell me where the light novels are.
See, the Japanese and their seppuku.
But...
Oh, sorry.
So, there are a lot of books in Braille here. I attempt to save the day by asking the first thing that pops into my head. It seems to work at least partially, as Yuko seems to not exactly relax, but at least look slightly less tense. Well, I think about a third or a fourth of Yamaku's library is either in Braille or audio. Makes sense, given all the blind students of the year. There's only that. How come this library is so big in the first place? Well, we get a lot of new books regularly because the library is adequately endowed. That's probably why. They spend more on new books than on my salary, and then I have to organize and shelve all of them. It's so troublesome and they waste so much. I wish I could quit this job.
Jeez.
Ellipses.
Not something you tell a child.
A very awkward silence follows this revelation of too much information. I'll go check the owls then if you don't mind. It's probably best for all of us if she doesn't keep talking to me. Very well. Meanwhile, Yuko, I would have those books if it's alright with you. My first impression was right. The library is surprisingly big. Ambling down the narrow aisles, I slay the spines of the books in random order, occasionally sliding out one to read the blurb, taking it with me if it looks good. In a few moments, I have a respectable stack of books in my arms. I guess I'll never be stuck for choice in here. The normality of the library sinks in. Sure, there are large print and braille books scattered throughout, but it is what it is, a library. It's as if the calm mood from the room I had tea with Lily and snuck with us in here, unless it was there to begin with. Let me try that again.
Oh, well, too late.
Anyways, nah, go ahead. Something about that puts me at ease, just like before. I reach the end of the aisle and find a collection of desks set up for study or personal reading. Going a little further, though, I discover a nice quiet corner at the back. All the rest of the library has the odd student sitting at a desk, either reading or stealthily sleeping. The back is pretty much deserted. And as I glance around, I see someone who I recognize sitting on one of several beanbags.
You could be here too if you want.
It's the dark-haired girl from my class, the one who snuck out of the classroom earlier.
If there's one thing I've learned in life, it's that you can always beat the fear out of someone.
She's reading a book, keeping it close to her face, which makes her look like she's really into it. It's very far from her face in this picture.
That's true. But she didn't have those eye problems like Lily.
Yeah, very clearly. Except for her one eye, which you can't even see.
Yep.
From the way she was acting today, I had her pegged as more of a delinquent than a bookworm. In fact, her mysterious disappearance from the class raised all sorts of whys in my head. Intrigue floats slowly but surely towards the surface, and before I know it, I'm walking towards mysterious.
Hey, you're right, Dale. There isn't any quotation marks in this.
Yeah, I told you there wasn't.
So hey, we spotted flaws. High five, man.
No, it wasn't a flaw. It's just that most of the time it's written in italics if it's a thought, not with quotations.
So it's a flaw.
Yeah, it's a grammar flaw.
You just said it wasn't a flaw.
Or rather, it's a syntax flaw.
Either way, we spotted a flaw. High five. Yeah, what big men we are.
I guess there's no harm in introducing myself as I would with anyone else. She's a classmate after all. Walking over to another beanbag, I take a seat and lay my books beside it. This girl starts looking scaredly up at me from underneath her fringe.
Her what?
I would assume that's like the part of hair that's like kind of covering her eye on the right.
Maybe, who knows?
This is the first time I've seen her this close. Underneath her long dense bangs, I can see that part of her face, at least a third if not half, is pretty badly scarred. My eyes are immediately drawn to the scars, subconsciously peeking past her hair until they meet with her own eyes. For a second, I am shocked and divert my eyes to the book in her hands before I realize that looking away probably only makes it worse. It takes too many seconds to collect myself and remember what I walked up to her for. Top one.
Bam.
Sorry, I didn't mean to start with you. It's okay. The girl certainly doesn't look like it's okay, but I let it slide. So, do you mind if I sit here?
Jeez.
She seems to be very uncertain whether it's okay or not for me to sit, but finally she nods just a little. Oh, okay.
So here's where you lay it smack down. Turns to WWE. you like take like a swan dive off one of the bookshelves.
Oh man, I take the seat next to her, and she hides herself behind her book. Life of Pi. Never heard of it. I've heard of that one. Never read it.
It's a movie, as far as I know.
It's also a book.
Yeah, well.
The movie is based off the book.
I would assume so. How many people write a book based off a movie?
Lots of people.
Jeez, are you serious?
Yeah, they make book adaptations from the movie sometimes.
It's disgusting.
You're right. So, sorry again for startling you. I'm Hisao. She looks up from her book, stalling a little before replying. I No.
Ah,
We are in the same class.
the sass.
Her speech is stilted and so quiet that it is barely audible even still in the still library. Somehow I think that my delinquent impression of her was wrong. Hanako.
See, what you missed there is the 3 H's, as in Triple H the wrestler. See, my reference wasn't in vain.
Yeah, I was wondering why you said that. I was like, he really doesn't like this girl either, apparently.
Yeah, well, you know me.
Wasn't this the one you went for?
Hey, man, times have changed.
Oh, man.
Yeah, whatever.
Anyways, ellipses. I resist the urge to say, that's a nice name, just have something to say, but really, it's the only thing that I can think of. I feel like an idiot. Everyone here must be used to being different to each other, and here I am being all bothered and fussed about that kind of thing. Don't let me interrupt your reading. I'll just check these books if you don't mind. She nods a little and sighs a little sigh of relief. Ellipses. You know, I just noticed she always looks startled.
Yeah, and I just noticed that book has no cover. She's reading a blank book.
No, it could have a cover on it.
Sure, Dale.
You know those, like, covers that you just slip onto books? She might have one of those.
That she slid off for no reason? She doesn't want people to know what she's reading?
Exactly.
Why would you let someone know what you're reading?
No, some people look at the covers, then take them off because they're annoying.
Sure.
Plus, it'd be on the spine, which you can't really see from this angle.
Sure.
So I try to read the covers and the introductions of the books I picked up, and she buries her face in her book. She buries her face. Uncomfortable silence consumes us. My eyes still wander to direction, and I sneak peeks at her flowing hair and the scars it's hiding. After a while, I realize that she's doing the same and only pretending to be immersed in life of Pi. Her gaze is not inquisitive at all, though. It darts around like a scared rabbit.
See, I've seen scared rabbits. They don't dart around, they stare directly at you, trying to pierce your soul as you try to chase them away.
When our gazes finally meet, the chain reaction is unstoppable.
Ooh.
She stands up forcefully from the beanbag and takes a deep breath. I've got to go do something. That took me a second to read what that said.
I could tell!
Without warning, Hanako takes off and runs toward the counter. I was waiting for her to trip.
I wish. That's when the smackdown really happens. The swan dive becomes reality.
Oh, her hair-like takeoff catches me so off guard that I don't manage to go after her until she has a good head start. By the time I reach the counter, she is nowhere to be seen. Lily and Yuko are happily chatting away. Knowing that I won't be able to catch Hanako myself, I approach the girls. Hey, did you see or notice a girl run past here? Maybe. What does she look like? Long, dark hair, kind of shy. She had, well, some scars on her face. You wouldn't be talking about Hanako, would you? Yeah, that's her. I saw her reading, tried to talk to her, but I think I scared her off or something. Oh dear. Yuko, would you excuse me? I'd better try and find her. Sure. I'll just hold on to these until you come back. What's going on? I'm sorry, but I'll have to explain it to you some other time. Right. I'll see you later, then. Lily hastily grabs her cane and hurries out of the library, leaving me alone with Yuko. I don't think I'll ever get the hang of this place.
These books have, like, covers and stuff. Only that single area there, they all blank.
Thing is, those books in the background kind of look like encyclopedias, which don't normally have covers. They just have the words written on the spine.
A lot of encyclopedias.
Yeah. Have you ever seen the stack of encyclopedias? Those things are like, they'd take up a whole row.
No. I see like one huge one.
Looks like I have multiple encyclopedias. You don't like those world books?
Dale, my library is not very good.
Apparently not.
Nothing's good over here.
Did I do something wrong? What did you do? Nothing. I was just looking for some books, and then she got this fit and ran off. The most offending thing I can think of was that I might have looked at her general direction a few times. Well, she is a very timid girl, obviously. You have to be very careful around her. She can be very jumpy, I think, and she's not accustomed to talking with other people. Isn't that a bit strange? I wonder. It's just how she is, I think. Yuko doesn't sound all that convincing. But again, maybe this is just the norm around here. Everyone has their own problems or else they wouldn't be here. But how should I deal with these people? Forcing myself to act overly casual only makes me feel phony. Like I was supposed to be ignoring the elephant in the room.
You have elephant tranquilizers. You don't have to ignore anything.
Yuko fidgets, looking like she wants to say something to that, but resists. I think it's an elephant only if you feel that way.
See, that's sass. Sasses need to be treated with drop kicks.
I guess she doesn't have a good sense of self-restraint. It makes me smile and she blushes heavily. What? Did that sound stupid?
Incredibly.
No, it sounded really wise. I guess you're right. It's more about me than anyone else.
Because I was a dirty liar.
Apparently so. Neither of us has anything to add, so Yuko fills the silence by shuffling some papers around. People who have their papers on their desks really like doing that. Did you find any books? I should be closing soon. I mean, this library should be closing, but I have to do it. I hope that's not too inconvenient for you. Oh, yeah, I want some books, but I left them over there because I'll just go get them. I fetched my stack of books from beside the beanbags where Hanako and I were sitting and returned to the counter. Wow, you read a lot, don't you? I surprised myself with that too, honestly, at least when I really think about it. I had a lot of free time earlier this year, so I just kind of started reading books to fill that time. I couldn't do much else. I see. But she doesn't really say anything else and just checks out my books for me. I guess this is what they call tact. Holding the library books with one arm, I trawl in my pocket for the key to the door. A sudden sound from behind startles me, making me nearly drop my books I'm carrying or the key that I almost managed to get into the lock. Who is it? I turn around to see who is talking to me. It's Kenji. He seems to be in a friendly mood, although the light glinting off his glasses in the dark gives him a sinister look. It's just me. This makes him pause and lick his lips nervously.
It's actually a crack addict. This whole game is full of psychopaths, serial killers, and crack addicts. And there's Lily the worst.
And cosplayers of Harry Potter.
Okay.
Who's me? I don't know anyone called me. Are you some new guy again? His voice is suddenly strained and quick. Yes, but we met before. Yesterday. I don't think so. I remember someone who I met only yesterday. When was that? What day is it today? I try to ignore him. Is he joking or what? Proof that we met before. You live across the hall. You're Kenji. Kenji jumps back, his eyes filled with an uncomprehended fear. That's amazing. How do you know my name? Damn, this can only mean one of two things. Either we haven't met, and you were telling the truth, and I just can't remember it, or you're a spy. He pauses. A psychic spy.
It's kind.
God,
Believe me,
it's
know.
Dale from King of the Hill.
It is.
Cosplaying as Harry Potter.
AKA me. White me.
You're right.
Yes.
His eyes dart around me, trying to peek into my room, although it's hard to believe he can see anything through those thick glasses. His moods... God dang, my throat.
Yep.
His mood swung from friendly to manic in less than a minute. So he's bipolar. I'm not psychic. How do I know that? I'm not a mind reader. Kenji points a finger in my face damningly. I'm like, you! Stop that, man. We met yesterday. What's wrong with you? I live in this room. Lies. If you think you can pass this as how because I'm legally blind, you are sorely mistaken. You don't even look like him. I mean, the resemblance is real slim. Maybe the distance, but who do you think you're kidding? I want to grab him by the shoulders and shake him. Exasperated, I rub my eyes and let out a heavy sigh. Stay there. Kenji comes closer, one careful step at a time. I say still, lest he assault me physically, although I doubt he could do much damage even if he did.
Be surprised. Men like him usually have knives. I would know. I'm a man like him.
Oh wait, I see it now. Damn, it really is you. Sighing again, and then once again for good measure, I step backwards just in case. What's up, man? You don't look too good. I think something wrong? I don't know. Just had something stupid happen to me. A few stupid things, actually. Even if you discount this one. I can't get a proper touch on other people here, and I have no idea if it's because of me or because of them. I don't know why I'm telling this, Kenji. It's not like we've had any contact either. That's rough, dude. Yeah, I'm sorry about calling you a psychic spy and all, but you can never really be too careful. It's the hard reality we live in.
Yeah.
I'm slowly starting to think that Kenji isn't necessarily living in the same reality as the rest of us. You see, this is how it is, this world. There's no justice. You see, even when I lose, I win. Because I don't lose... The Skype thing popped up. I can't read that last word.
Lesson.
Okay, I don't lose the lesson. What does that even mean?
You don't lose the Skype thing. That's what he really doesn't lose.
Yeah. He doesn't... No, I lost that. There we go. It doesn't matter.
Hey, that was a car.
It was. He dismisses it flatly with a wave of his hand. Like I just did. As it is away from my mouth because I spoke it.
No.
So what happened? Why the long face? Do you have a long face? It's nothing. I just scared some girl off accidentally. Literally, too. She actually ran away from me. It was my fault. Was my fault, really, I think. I'm not really used to all this yet. A girl? A cute one? Cute? That's a hard question. She had a nice body and really beautiful hair, but the face.
Because that was a daggum. He is a daggum.
I guess it could go either way. Cheers.
Well, since she's disturbingly disfigured, could you really, what would you say?
I'm gonna say was.
Oh, ho, ho. Well, I'll see. I'll be dipped.
Yeah, cute, I guess. I knew it. There are a lot of cute girls here, a strangely disproportionate amount. I believe this is one of the dark secrets of the school. He's catching on that he's in a video game, a visual novel.
Yep.
I tried to warn you, man, but did you listen? I don't remember any such warning. Dark secrets? Yes, dark secrets. Extremely dark. Like a black hole. Have you noticed that the number of girls in this school is slightly but significantly higher than the other number of boys? It's like 60-40. He turns his head to the left and stares off into the distance at nothing. I will be right back.
I will too, then. So I'm not editing this part out. Maybe I won't be right back. So, oh wait, no, you're gone already, aren't you? Oh, he's gone.
Well, hang on a second.
Wait, are you gone?
I'm going to be gone for the next 20 or so minutes.
Jeez, Lou, okay.
Listen, I have to go to the store and get
Alright,
something.
well, stop now then.
Yeah, well, we may be able to continue later on.
I mean, yeah.
But yeah, safe for now.
Yeah. Alright.
Well, I guess we might as well just end the call, because again, I'll be gone for 20 minutes.
Yeah, I would assume so.
Yep. Alright then, see you when I get back, or when we decide to record this again.
Alright.
See you.
Bye.